Good morning and welcome to Julie and Neil's Kitchen with my off-sider or friend Fishface here, who's going to help us with this little lesson. I thought it was good to do a lesson on vocabulary of things that we use in Australia for a very simple salad. Before we get started, just to say that this is my favourite knife, not particularly the knife that you should be using, but I like to use it, so that's what we're going to use today. So just to go through what we're going to put in this salad, we've got the sweet corn. That's S-W-E-E-T, new word C-O-R-N, sweet corn. Or we call it in England corn on the cob. And we've got a red onion, R-E-D, new word O-N-I-O-N, and some salad onions. They're little onions, very tasty in a salad. We've got some fennel, F-E-N-N-E-L, fennel. And the fennel comes with little fennel fronds, F-R-O-N-D-S, fennel fronds, which are very tasty in the salad. We've then got the cucumber, C-U-C-U-M-B-E-R, cucumber, and some celery. This is the middle of the celery, C-E-L-E-R-Y, celery. Again, very tasty for a salad. And we've got some green beans, G-R-E-E-N, and then B-E-A-N-S, green beans that we're going to slice up. And to go in our salad, we've got some tomatoes, or cherry tomatoes we call them over here. That's C-H-E-R-R-Y T-O-M-A-T-O-E-S, and they're yellow and red. And we've also got some mange tout. That's a French word, M-A-N-G-E, new word T-O-U-T, mange tout. And we've got some herbs here to put in our salad, some oregano, some parsley, a little bit of mint, and we've got some chives. Chives are a herb, C-H-I-V-E-S, chives, very tasty. So what we're going to do is cut these up, put them into our salad bowl, and then we can put them in the fridge for a couple of days. Tonight we're going to have chicken with our salad. Maybe a little bit of feta cheese on top of it, but we'll see. So we'll start with the sweet corn. We'll cut it straight into the bowl because it's easier. So we're just going to cut it down the sides and take the cobs off. Gives a nice colour to a salad, sweet corn. Again, let me just say again, this is not the knife that you should be using, but it's the knife that I like to use. We'll do our second one. I'm going to save the bits that come off, the cobs that are left, and then we'll put them into our composting in the garden. Composting was where you put all your offcuts and they degrade down. So then we get our cucumber, take the ends off the cucumber, again into the composting, and then we'll cut that down the middle, and then we'll cut that again into quarters, and we'll just chop that up quite roughly to give the salad a little bit of a different shape. And then we'll get the other side of the cucumber and we'll do exactly the same with that one. Minding our fingers, we're always using the crab so that we're not cutting down onto our fingers. Done that a few times, but hopefully not too many times. Then we get our celery. And we're just gonna, we've got a green bean there as well to put that back. Just gonna cut down the celery just to make sure it's a little bit smaller. Again, just being careful with our fingers. Again, that's why this knife is probably not the ideal for the job, but I use it all the time, so everyone has their favourite knives in the kitchen, I think. Again, a little rough chop, because you want to be able to taste the celery, and it's good to get the celery leaves in there because they're very, very tasty part of the celery. So if you do this salad, it can last you a few days, and you can just add all sorts of things to it. You know, maybe some fish, cheeses, maybe some cold meats, anything you want really. So we get that over here, and we'll just put the celery into our salad bowl, all the bits. Then we get our fennel, just cut it in half, and then we'll cut it in half again. Well, actually we might cut into 3 down there so it's a little bit smaller. And then we're just going to chop that again, quite fine but not too fine. You want that little bit of crunch in your salad. Any bits you miss, go back and do them. So that's the fennel. Again into 3 and then down again. Making sure also that you work really nice and tidy and clean so that you don't make a big mess as you're doing it. Hopefully we're not going to do that. So that goes into our bowl as well. And in the end we're going to mix all that up, but not for now. We've got our fennel fronds. Just going to put those in there. Again, it gives a nice colour to the salad. Put that bowl down there. Now we're on to our onions. Cut the red onion in half. Now there's no secret way. Everyone will tell you, oh, this is how you don't cry when you cut an onion. I don't think there's a secret way for me, but if I do have a few tears in my eyes, I usually go and run my face under a little bit of cold water or near to cold water, and it splashes into my eyes and it stops. So that's my secret way, but I'm not sure that it works. But so we've cut that into quarters, and then we're cutting that down again, and then the end bit, so that we don't cut our fingers, we cut across, and then the other half, and then we can always break those pieces up so they're not, when we put it into the salad we mix it all up. So again, cutting down, being careful of our fingers. The thumb pushes the onion through, and the fingers on top, which are crabbed down as you see, so that you don't cut down onto your finger. So you're cutting on, if you do cut down, it's onto your knuckle. Knuckle is the part of that's your knuckle. That's K-N-U-C-K-L-E, knuckle, and not your fingers. And then your thumb pushes it through. So we get our salad onion, again into quarters, trying to get some little different shapes into your salad so that it looks pretty when you serve it on the plate. These are difficult to cut down onto because they're a little bit squishy. So we cut those, and we can do a bit of a rough chop across so that they're not, you don't want to get a big onion in your mouth. That's quite hard to eat. So down, and then a little bit across. So not a very nice piece. We'll put that into our compost, and then the other one down and across again, and cut down onto that, into quarters again, cut down onto that. So all we've got left now to make a nice salad is our beans. We're going to cut our beans. Before, a little bit of stuff that I did earlier. I took the tops and the bottoms off these beans, because they're not good to eat, so you just sort of top and tail them. And then we cut those beans, just rough chop again. We want it to be quite crunchy. You want to be able to see those beans going everywhere, and you want to be able to see the beans when you mix your salad up. So that's the beans done. They're going to be nice. The thing with beans is that as you're chopping them, they go everywhere, but don't worry, you can always pick them all up. So just break up that little last bean that was together. So we've got a few things in this bowl at the moment. Then we're going to get our mange tout. Mange tout, to me they taste very much like a bean, but I think they're in the bean family. We're going to cut them across to give the salad a little bit of a look, so that it looks that they're not all cut the same way. So we cut them across, as you see. Across means sideways, and that's the mange tout. So again, it just looks a little bit different in your salad. So they're going in. What else have we got to do? The chives. Okay, fish face is still helping there, so that's good. Just chop them down. Chives, very, very tasty. Tasty means good to eat. And the thing to tell you also is that everyone has their specific chopping boards for different jobs. This is my chopping board for salads and really only vegetables and fruits, and then I've got a different chopping board for my meats, because you don't want to be chopping the same meats on the board you use for salads. It sort of cross-contaminates, we call it, or puts germs across. So you've got a different board for each different job, which we'll be talking about later, or we talk about in our main courses in our kitchen, the different jobs and cross-contamination. So finally, two more things to go in. We've got the tomatoes. Now tomato is a fruit, but we use it in salads. We're going to cut those in half. They're different colours. They give a nice colour to the salad. So we just cut those in half long ways. That means long ways is from the top to the bottom. So just a cross sideways or long ways on your tomatoes. Now tomatoes come in different, you've got different types of tomato, lots of different types of tomato, and you use different tomatoes for different jobs. If you were making a sauce, you'd use a different tomato to what you would put into a salad. These are salad or cherry tomatoes. They're really, you can put them in a sauce, but they're smaller, not quite as juicy as a sauce tomato, but very juicy for a salad. So we're going to do a few of those. Just a few more now. You can never have too many tomatoes in your salad. Although I'm talking to you, I'm still trying to keep an eye on my knife so that I don't end up with no fingers. So these are sort of things that we'd use in Australia in a salad. There's many other things you can put in a salad. Lots of different things. You could put some courgette or zucchini, or you could put you could use some carrot and shave it. There's lots of things you could put in a salad. This is just what I use in a basic salad. So then we've got our herbs. That's H-E-R-B-S, herbs. Just mixed up, and they've been chopped. I chopped them earlier, and they're going to go in and they're going to get a really nice flavour. So they're going to taste nice, good, yummy. We call it over here. So that tastes yummy. Okay, so all those bowls we're going to wash up later. So we're going to get our hands now, get into that salad, mix it all up. And you can see all the different textures and all the different shapes of things going through there. so that, now what we don't do is put any salad dressing on that. We won't dress that salad. When we say dress it, we mean put the salad dressing on it. Dressing is spelled D-R-E-S-S-I-N-G, dressing, until we're about to serve it. Because if we do, it'll go all soft and wet, and we don't want that. So just to keep it nice and fresh, we put the salad dressing on at the last minute. So we'll put that into a smaller bowl, mix the salad dressing through, and then put it on a plate. But just to show you how that's going to look on a plate, we're just going to get ourselves a nice big bit of salad and put it in the middle of the plate with the fronds, a little bit more maybe, and then when we come to serve it tonight, we put a little bit of chicken around the outside, or maybe some feta crumbled on top. And that's Neil's simple salad. Hopefully you've got a few words from this lesson, the different things that we use in Australia. It's been great spending some time with you. We're going to enjoy eating that tonight, Julie and I, and we'll see you again soon.